And we're coming up on the ultimate face-off
Ba-dum-bumts.
with our former friend, the Mask. He's had this coming for a long time.
3 games.
Oh yeah. Now the fight doesn't really make sense. You'd assume that the Mask would be able to deprive Rick of his powers and just instantly kill him.
Yeah.
But no, the Mask is playing fair.
Which makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, since
Yeah, it's gibberish, but
since the Mask is essentially evil Loki.
but this is the way the series had to end. Any other way would be anticlimactic, so. And he transformed into a different form there. I'll probably splice that in afterwards, because I do have footage of it.
And now he's bringing you back to life for giggles.
Yeah. Completely illogical, but come on, we're beating up the Mask. This move here, the rotating ghost mask, is complete bullshit.
Oh yeah, I remember that. It homes on you for pretty much the entire length of the stage.
Yeah, and if he starts it in the middle of the stage,
You're pretty
it
much
pins you against the
boned.
wall and gets you. Does like a third of your health. You get hit by any 3 of his attacks, you're done for.
Yeah.
And every single time you knock him down, he shoots out that spinning mask. And sometimes when you don't knock him down. So you can try to minimize the impact of it by not using knockdown moves on him, but it'll take forever and he's still going to use that move, so don't bother.
This fight is complete bullshit. No two ways
Yeah.
about it.
It's not the worst fight in the game, at least.
No. But pretty close to it, let's be honest.
It's decent enough.
Although I do like the design for the Mask's various forms.
Yeah, absolutely. That remains where the game shines.
Yep.
I figured out what they were talking about when they said that picking up power orbs while you're in monster form gives you double power. It means it refills your bar twice as much as it normally does.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah, very poor wording on a lot of the secrets that people post about this game. But ultimately, most of them turn out to be true.
Which is really surprising for a mid-90s video game.
It's very confusing to have tried to unravel the mysteries of this game. But having done so, I have defeated the Mask.
Yay, we are trying.
Oh no, he's dying, I guess.
Wow, irony over strawberries.
In the bad ending, he says that he will continue to exist as long as there is human suffering. So I guess what this means is that if Rick's family dies, he's the only human on Earth who is experiencing any suffering, therefore causing the Mask to continue existing.
Needs of the many versus the needs of the few.
Yeah.
My god, that's an ugly child.
Yep. The various versions of this image and the alternate images at the end of the other endings are ridiculous. I'm going to post them all in the thread, and they're required viewing if you've made it this far.
Looks like the Damien from the original Omen.
Yeah, very sinister smile on that kid.
Horrible bowl cut.
And here's our absurd credit sequence of the people responsible for this game.
None of these people asked to be named.
Yeah, that's
Well.
would explain why they all chose such absurd names. I mean, Sammy, come on.
Who does he think he is, a Winchester? Come on, Sammy!
Splatterhouse 3, we made it.
Barely.
Yeah, this was a rough one.
It's a shame because, you know, as we've said repeatedly in the videos and in the thread, there's a lot that could have been built on.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, in terms of stage design, with the each level basically being a maze, I don't think any other beam-up has actually tried anything like that.
Certainly not in the Genesis era.
No, branching paths, certainly.
Yeah.
This came out roughly the same time as Streets of Rage 3, which had branching paths, for one thing.
Yeah.
And also multiple endings, I think there's about 4 or 5 endings in that. So, you know, in a way it can be kind of seen as almost a more refined version of what this could and should have been.
Yeah.
Which is really frustrating.
It's really weird how much thought they put into design elements that excluded gameplay.
Yeah, it's like they front-loaded it with great ideas. And nothing else.
Yeah, basically. Like, as soon as the monsters start getting hit points,
Yeah.
you're done.
I mean, I was reminded recently of SNES beat 'em up called Ninja Warriors. Really great game.
Yeah, that's actually a good one. Yeah.
And for the first few stages, enemies basically die in one hit no matter what. It's only once you get to about a third, halfway through the game that they start, taking some decent damage.
Yeah.
And
There's not a single one-hit kill enemy in this game.
Yeah, I was thinking this probably would have been a lot better if they'd done the same thing with enemies at the beginning, just taking one or two hits and then slowly beefing them up as you go all the way through.
Yeah.
Rather than everything just being damage sponges.
If only.
Would have been a lot more fun for one thing.
There is some sort of a market for this game. There are people who really like it, and good for them. But it's not me, unfortunately.
Yeah, I like it, but not to play.
Yep, absolutely. That's my thoughts exactly. Best way to put it. So, where might you say it ranks in the classic series?
In terms of the classic series, I would probably say it deserves a spot at the top simply for what it attempts to do.
Yeah, it is very ambitious in an impressive way for its time period.
Yeah, there's quite literally nothing else like it. Pretty much in the annals of beat-em-ups, full stop.
Yeah, that's why I hope that it made the best Let's Play of the classic series. But having had to play it myself, it ranks dead last. I never want to pick this game up again.
But yeah, in terms of actual gameplay, second one has to be the best, hands down.
Yeah, I can see that. It's very solidly built. It's really built around the idea of doing a no-damage run of it. Like, that game is designed for you not to get hit.
Yeah. But on the other hand, if you do wind up getting hit, it's to me it's a lot more forgiving than the original.
Well, the original has a lot of ways where you can bounce back if you end up low on health, but yeah, it doesn't have the full heal between stages, so you are right.
I would just say overall it feels more solid, more fair than anything. But then again, look at it another way. It was the game that I played tons as a kid.
Yeah.
So
there's a nostalgia impact.
Yeah. And also, I didn't get to play Splatterhouse 3 until I was about 18, 19 or so. So, by that point I'd played stuff like Streets of Rage Trilogy, Maximum Carnage, which is still one of my favourites. So I'd had a lot more experience of other games in between then. Had I actually played it at the time it came out, probably would have been more forgiving of it. No.
Yeah, definitely.
What about yourself?
For sheer spectacle, Splatterhouse 3 would have been really impressive if I were a kid.
Oh yeah. I remember seeing it in magazines at the time, just like, what?
Yeah. As for the series as a whole, though, I really, really like the first game. I've realized in watching videos of like DJK's playthrough of the TurboGrafx version and Caitlin's world record scoring run of it.
Yeah.
Watching those, I realized that I just love watching that game. Like, something about it clicks with me. The dark atmosphere and the specific pacing of it all.
Yeah. The original feels very kind of crunchy, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's got some serious rough edges. But,
no question.
But on the other hand, I can see how those rough edges would actually add to the charm rather than detracting.
Yeah, that's usually why I like a game more than others, is if its flaws are actually to its benefit rather than its detriment.
Or if they at least make it interesting.
Exactly, and that's exactly what happens with Splatterhouse, the original. And as far as like a surprise hit for the series, Wanpaku Graffiti really, really impressed me. That game was way more fun than I thought it would be.
Yeah, as I think I said when we were doing those videos, I didn't even know it existed until the fan translation came out.
Yep.
And then I played it in a single sitting. And then someone on the forums when the patch was released said, "Oh, by the way, you know there's a secret ending." I was like, "Well, time to play this one from start to finish again."
Yeah, and I especially like how the secret is like implemented in the game. It's findable under reasonable circumstances, and I did find it on my own.
Yeah, I remember.
That's always satisfying.
I remember I found the first door by myself, but the second one, you know, I didn't actually go looking for it until I found out there was a second ending.
Yeah, I was only able to find it because I knew there was a second one, and then I noticed that there was a door that seemed accessible through alternate means.
Yeah. And it's just overall, it's just a really fun, cute kind of game, which is not the kind of word you'd expect to use with Splatterhouse.
Yeah, you really wouldn't think it would work, but it really does.
And I kind of have a soft spot for the sort of semi-RPG elements with it as well.
Yeah, the level up system.
Yeah, I mean, you can get through the game quite easily without it, but...
Yeah, and if you die, you lose all your levels, go back to base health.
Exactly.
And it's designed around allowing that.
Yeah. You know, it's a nice extra that you don't really need, but it's nice to have.
Mm-hmm.
It's just nice.
Yeah, it's a pleasant game. I highly recommend playing that one. If you're going to play any Splatterhouse game, play that one.
Yeah.
But I also recommend playing Splatterhouse 1 and 2. Those are also very excellent. The only one I don't recommend is Splatterhouse 3.
Yeah. It's more fun to watch.
Yeah. Unless you happen to be a huge beat 'em up fan. Maybe it'll be for you, but...
Yeah, in which case you probably already played it. You're
Most
just,
likely.
You know, you're just sitting here listening to Yahoos talk about a game that you already thought was crap to begin with.
Or not, and you're gritting your teeth. Hopefully not, though.
God damn those heathens, I'm going to write them a sternly warned out email.
We love heathens here in Let's Play Splatterhouse, though.
Heathens are just... Yay, heathens!
That's the take-home message of Let's Play Splatterhouse. Thank you very much for watching. Go heathens.
Woo!